Areas any financial plan or anything, आप ठीक हो तो आगे कमा पाओगे, आप ठीक नहीं हो तो आगे yes. Make sure your dependents are safe. For your dependents, maybe if you're not able to work tomorrow, so that they like you have nothing to depend on. So you can, if you fall in your renting,
As a financial planner, first and foremost point which we are going to do our prospective candidate, he or she should have proper insurance cover, because without this you cannot even proceed ahead of wealth creation, because basic points out very so that if we create X amount of money ready for the dependent family members, so that they can lead their life continue without any further worries, if the bread is not there in India. So first thing first, in the insurance planning, we quoted one thing: risk of dying too early before achieving the financial. That's the basic meaning of insurance planning in terms of financial planning. Risk of dying too early before we achieve the financial. This could be anything: जॉब चला गया, हार्ट अटैक हो गया, डिप्रेशन हो गया. First and foremost, if we are going to go to an advanced plan, is going to be a proper life cover. So during our training program, we have also specified a specific time, a day on which we are going to talk about insurance. In that particular program, we will speak about different kind of insurance products we have. Okay? We are going to understand how each product differs from each other. how much interest will we need to pay for a specific term cover? We are going to talk about how we feel insurance law. Because the financial planning is not only about calculations, it's about understanding each and every parameter of your financial plan. So here we go to learn about how do I feel the form of insurance? How do I compare different premiums which are available in the market? Because quoted quotes one premium and we have eligibility for only one premium. So how are we going to understand the different parameters? As a planner, we understand if you want to distinguish insurance concept and partner investors. Then we talk about health insurance policies. Again, one of the most important part of financial planning. Just by securing your life does not mean you have a complete insurance plan. Because health cover planning is going to be income. So again, we have to understand how to how much health cover should I consider for my client. Again, we have a product base, we have a good number and number of we have products, we have a family product, we have individual plan, and we have so many coverages all over there. So we are going to understand how we are going to select which is the best product for my for a given particular period. And how do you define this particular word called contingencies? Unplanned, something which you cannot really, foresee. Like, there's nothing you cannot really say that it's going to be unpredictable kind of event. So how are you going to protect it? Yeah, the minimizing. How can you save in a manner that if something like this happens, then how can you safeguard? How do you define what can I do? You must not know that when anything might come up and you are not ready for it. Okay. So in a line it can be said minimizing your unforeseen risk. But to protect it, what we are going to do? Exactly. What we have to make a reserve. And that reserve or is what has to be the most liquid form. So that at any given point of time, at that particular moment, So I should have a debt when the excess is very early. In this case, the curve behaves going on. Okay, how much reserve should I keep for my credit? Because reserve is not some process. Some say 3 months of expenses. Some say keep 6 months of expenses. Some say keep 12 months of expenses. And also people say you require to keep at least 8 months of your income as reserve. So people have a different way of portraying how much liquidity I should keep ready in my account. So again, it's purely going to be case to case. Let's take an example of we have Mr. A and we have Mr. B. Okay? Mr. A is a working person having a regular income as salary. Okay? And we have Mr. B, is a freelance. So which individual should have a higher amount of liquidity? Why? Absolutely. Because his income is not constant. If we get assignment for 1 year income, for example, if there is no two incomes coming for coming 2 months. So in this case, when we do a financial plan, we consider the situation, the working life or the working environment of the business. And based on that, we will put yes, Mr. B requires at least 12 months of living expenditure to be get ready. So that in the coming 12 months, if he is not able to earn, he should have. Let's take Mr. B. Now, Mr. A is having constant income. That does not mean he should not have. She is also equally important to keep reserve. But in his case, the requirement could be on a lower as compared to Mr. B. So over here we can say it was 6 to 8 months of the living expenses you should keep ready. Again, it's going to be case to case. There is no thumb rule. If was keeping 3 months or 6 months. Why? Because people also say that if I keep more money in my account, I'm losing out my investment opportunity. And so keeping too much of money in a bank also is going to be loss for me. as of now, I'm earning because I'm earning salary. So tomorrow I'm going to retire. So for next day onwards, there will be no activity for me. So better person plans for his son's education or daughter's marriage. But he or she should plan for retirement because we should live with dignity. As we see the video of one idiot, okay, on day of orientation, it says that we should live with dignity. So over here we have to portray to a perspective that is retirement is going to be the most important in your entire work because for education purpose we have educational loan we have. Because in today's time people it was more important for me to have proper education fund for my children as compared to parents. Because I have no idea whether my son or daughter will be married as per my wish. But yes, I would like to have a proper school given to my children. So we are going to again see a beautiful video of retirement planning. It explains to us retirement